Hi everyone, it's Aara, back with round 7 of the Warrior Cats Art Show. This time the submissions are for Warrior Cats, OCs, and stories. And there were some amazing cats put forward. Go to this timestamp to see them. But first, I have to announce the eliminated contestants for the previous round on Warrior Cats book covers. KIVIRA dropped out of the show, thank you so much for your time. So that leaves 3 more to be eliminated by your votes. Those people are Koskot Owl, MarbleManiac, and Egg. Thanks to all for participating. Now on to the first submission. Jasper's characters are Lynx, Inkfrost, and Crimson Heart. In their world, Starkland's influence has collapsed after the prophecies led to too many cats dying. Inkfrost and Crimson Heart were ordered by random ancestors to go on a quest, and due to the awful nature of prophecies, they were essentially being sentenced to death by corrupt ghost cats. Turns out they had to attack wolves. Inkfrost was struck down, but Crimson Heart ran away. Inkfrost barely survives and is nursed back to health by a cat named Lynx, but Crimson Heart sees them and attacks, not wanting Inkfrost to return to the clan and say what happened. They eventually reason with Crimson Heart to join back with them, and the 3 cats return home to fight, not against the wolves this time, but against Starkland. Love the idea of an evil Starkland. Sleepworse's character is Lilystorm. She was a medicine cat under the rule of a corrupt leader, overworked tending to cats suffering from constant battle wounds, and in spite of constant suffering, Starkland didn't bother to help. So she was fed up and got all the injured cats she could and abandoned her clan for good, creating a safe sanctuary for cats who were injured in battles to come, and also devoting herself to giving proper burials to those lost in battle. So Lilystorm is sort of a generous guardian, showing her face only to cats in need. Very interesting. And the accompanying art piece shows Lilystorm turning her back from the soulless monsters she had come to know in the clans. SpoopyWingedSpawner gives us Bluepaw, who is mentored by Tiny Star. He was born from the amazing Deputy Blacktail, and lived with dreams of ruling the clan by the side of his sister Spotted Paw. He accidentally caught the leader Tiny Star talking to a dead cat named Red Thistle, and he was suspiciously named Tiny Star's apprentice afterwards. Tiny Star explains that Red Thistle is helping the 2 of them follow a path to greatness, but doesn't seem very happy about the arrangement. Add in a few clanmates who are suspiciously mean, hurting others and hating other clans, and Bluepaw's going to have to slowly find out just how dangerous and unfriendly it is in ThunderClan. Yeah, I can definitely dig a story about a slow loss of innocence. Love Bluepaw's blind enthusiasm surrounded by cats who definitely know a lot more than he does. Next we have Gem's characters, Freckle Star and Poison Star. Both became leaders from a unique rank created by Gem called Spies. Spies simply gather information and secrets from other clans by any means possible, preferably without getting caught, because that's where things get a little, cutthroat. If a spy is found out by other clans, they are executed, and if a spy is not found out, they're the next deputy. Poison Star killed cats by dipping her claws in death berries, and Freckle Star would use her charm to lure victims into a false sense of security. Somehow they ended up being mates. Guess they just matched each other's energy. But being from different clans, things were complicated. Add the fact that they're both spies and knew that. Let's just say they want to kill each other now. Very dark story and art. Let's take a breather with our most lighthearted story of this round. Rayan gives us Tulip Kit and Clay Kit. They come from Stone Clan, a clan that is a little lazy. They often don't want to hunt and just steal food from the local farmer's market. Tulip Kit comes from a single kit litter and can't interact much with her older siblings because they are tired of her, while Clay Kit was once a rogue and grew up with a strict mom. Tulip Kit becomes the reckless risk taker who always pushes the more cautious Clay Kit to go on adventures. In the art, we have Tulip Kit teasing Clay Kit for being reluctant to go out towards whatever the trouble of the day was. All around just cute stuff. Kirabean's character is White Star. He lost both of his parents at a young age, and found his escape in making friends with the local kitty pets. He fell in love with a cat named Holly. When White Mask was pressured to stop talking to kitty pets for good, Holly decided to join ThunderClan, bringing their kits to become warriors. But then a terrible green cough outbreak took place. Willowstar unexpectedly made White Mask deputy, which, after a number of deaths, led to him becoming White Star, and Holly left the clan out of fear of green cough. White Star did eventually find a new mate, Nettlestrike. He lost his daughter Sunglow, but adopted 2 loners and eventually had more kids with Nettlestrike. So yeah, he's got quite the family at this point. Look at them all. Minty's characters are Quetzalfeather and Scarlet Stream. In this special crown clan, cats choose their firstborn to be leader, and every cat chosen to be leader has a special power. Quetzalpaw was unfortunately ignored by his family, as his sister Scarlet Kit was the one with the moon marking that meant she had a special power. She and Venomstar thought themselves above the rest of the clan, very arrogant cats. And Scarlet Paw later discovered that she can control animals to a certain extent, and she can use her powers on the local giant snake, Kodal. Needless to say, fear this cat. Scarlet Stream later goes on to kill her own family members both out of arrogance and desire for power, and now it's up to Quetzalfeather to stop Scarlet Stream. Well, Scarlet Stream and her giant snake. Juniper's character is Flamestrike. Her parents were from different clans, and between drama surrounding that and sickness, Flamekit was left without any family. Flamestrike worked her hardest to be chosen for deputy, but the leader chose someone else, so she made a plan to kill both the deputy and leader to take power, but her mate Pebblewhisker eventually leaked that information, leading to Flamestrike being exiled. Flamestrike found a magic fire rock that lit fire with contact, and used it to convince an outside colony that she was a fire god of some sort. Flamestrike made the charge to take the colony back to enact revenge on her clan, but Pebblewhisker swooped in to save the day, and after a fierce battle, Flamestrike died from the fire of her own rock. Very deserved ending considering all she did. Wren has a few characters for us, the main one being Willowleaf. Willowpaw and Whitepaw grew up spoiled, and upon becoming apprentices, they picked a fight with ThunderClan, leading to Whitepaw being blinded. Willowleaf didn't learn her lesson and set her sights on the deputy position, and craving eventual leadership, she plotted to kill the deputy. Yeah, murdering cats for power is quite the pattern, both in Warrior Cats canon and OCs. But Willowleaf would break this pattern, as her attack on the deputy Duskbreeze was a complete failure. He survived, and Willowleaf was exiled. She later found a cat who almost became her mate, but the moment she shared her story with her, she was back to being alone. She realized something was terribly wrong with her. About time. It is kind of interesting having a character recognize they're insane without actually knowing how to fix it. Aara gives us many cats, though the main character is Silverpaw up front, with Leopardpaw and Branchpaw being the supporting roles. Silver was once a city cat, but after her family was attacked, she was forced to run from home and was chased to the point she had to jump in a river, being injured by rocks in the process. She wound up in RiverClan, who unfortunately named her Bloodpaw for her injuries. On a mission to reunite a lost puppy with its parents, Bloodpaw was separated from RiverClan and met Leopardpaw of ShadowClan, and after her former clanmate Minnowpaw tried to kill her, she would move to ShadowClan as her place of residence. But her old clan wasn't all bad, as Branchpaw stayed by her side and protected her. So she has a new home and a new name as Silverpaw, but still the ever-looming threat of the rogue cats who attacked her in the past returning to attack again. And this one is incomplete because it is an actual comic that Aara is working on, link in the description. Alrighty, that concludes all your OCs. Vote using the Google form in the description. Click yes on who you want to see in the top 7, and no on who you want eliminated. I do encourage you to consider not just the artwork, but the stories as well, but ultimately the decision is yours on what deserves your vote. Answer all 10 questions to hit submit. Voting will be open for 72 hours or 3 days. The results will be revealed in round 8 of the art show. And now, Some goodbye messages for our eliminated contestants. KIVIRA, it was always a pleasure to see your sharp shapes and shading. Your sense of color and lighting was always amazing, whether it was on the character or in the background. Koskot Owl, you always had soft and eye-catching pieces. It was great seeing the fun ideas you'd come up with every round. MarbleManiac, always loved the attention to detail and clean line work. Your submissions had so much personality, and you genuinely improved over the show. Egg, you often took simple ideas and executed them masterfully, sometimes goofy, and sometimes just really cool. Alright, bye everyone!